Well, the first thing, we had not known that a pipe had burst underneath our home. And I was having it serviced by Sears, and he said, well, I got to connect to your dryer. And he goes, oh no, you have a problem, there's a pipe that's burst. And from there, I realized we were going to have a company come in and clean up the mess. And that was a difficult thing, because insurance companies don't allow a lot of things, but the issue was there was a lot of mold underneath the house because it was blowing underneath on the wood. So we actually found Rescom through the internet, which was really nice. Just put down what was wrong with and Googled it, and there you were. And we called. And the nice part is we like to go with 2 or 3 companies. So we called 2 or 3 companies. And Rescom picked up their phone right away. That was a real A+ for them. And it's not as if that I had to hire like 3 companies, one to clean up, one to do this. Well, Rescom did everything, including the mold. And so I had already a company working for us to clean up the mess, but they came, left, and never came back with their equipment underneath the house. So I said, what to do? And that's when Rescom picked up everything and did it. And I liked their team. They came in quietly every day, went underneath the house, just like they were going into a room in my home. And once in a while, I didn't hear anything. I'd go down, do you need anything down there? But no, everything was fine. And then they'd come up and they have maybe a short lunch break, but some days they were there. It was a big mess underneath there, trust me. Had to replace everything. And the other thing I noticed is they were always punctual, and even though they were coming from the other side of town, and polite, but also they told me of other things to look for that other companies would have to do, such as the pipes that were, it's not just that pipe that burst, and they alerted us that we probably should call another company to have that looked at. So that helped us, because I wasn't crawling underneath the house, trust me. Neither was my husband. We're just of that age that we were going to go underneath the house. Well, the best part, after they finished, they came, we called, we said, do you mind coming and doing another inspection after everything was done? Because we did have a pipe company come in, plumbing company come in, put all new pipes in, and they were just pulling tons of copper pipe out that was bad. And we just know that they were just wrecking everything Rescom did. So we thought, I wonder if they'd mind. So well, I called and asked if they'd, but, oh, absolutely. Jason says, absolutely. He says, we'll send Emily out to inspect. And she did another thorough inspection. In fact, found a tool from the plumbing company and says, he forgot his cutter, Bonnie. So I thought that was pretty neat. So she collected the plumber's tools, picked up some pipe that was just laying there, and she says, but the new barrier that they put down was still in place and still doing a good job, and there was no water on it, and did further inspection. And they wouldn't even charge me for that. And I know that wasn't part of their thing, but they just felt that was just something that they wanted to do.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, just so that you know, this can get cut out later,
Sure.
But I mean, that's important to us, like stopping by and doing something.
Right.
Like we just, I had forgotten to include adjusting insulation in somebody's attic on an estimate, and initially we were going to charge them like $150, and it was a smaller area, and then when I realized that it wasn't on the estimate and we hadn't done it, thankfully it was like the day after the service, I called him and I was like, hey, like, we'll do this for free, just tell me when, because like it is important. It's important that like the job is done right and that you guys are left feeling comfortable about the state of everything. So
absolutely.
A visit and Emily with half an hour under the house just making sure everything's good is like totally worth it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So.
And by the way, and that's another thing too, is in the as you get down there, you found other things that didn't have to be done, and you came to our attention. And an estimate is an estimate, and so if it is going to be more, that's fine. But it was always discussed with me ahead of time, and we had no problem with it at all. But it was right within the estimate, and if it was over, it wasn't much. I mean, pretty good at estimating is all I have to say.
Cool. I mean, that's 5 minutes of you just talking about stuff. That's probably good enough, unless you can think of anything else you want to add.
I just want to get the point, the personal points, because it was that was important to me. Especially, I mean, you were here a lot of hours. I mean, a lot of hours and a lot of days, because that's how much time it took, you know. So you better know the people you have work for you, right? I mean, really.
Yeah, we get pretty personal.
Then how difficult it was with you all with masks on, and so you're thinking, was that Emily? I could tell because we're a small site, but